to Auntie Paige's Cooking Corner, and today you're going to be making Annie's Victorian cake. And in your box you'll find 600 grams of self-raising flour, 360 grams of sugar, 3 tablespoons of baking powder, a tablespoon of salt, 600 ml of milk, 240 ml of oil, and 3 tablespoons of vanilla. Okay, so you're going to need a big mixing bowl. I've got my flour in mine just now. You're going to need 2 8, 9 or 10 inch baking tins, some parchment paper, a pencil, a pair of scissors, a whisk, a spatula and a big metal spoon, the biggest spoon that you can find. So firstly and most importantly, we need to wash our hands. Okay, so the first thing we need to do is we need to cut some parchment for our tins, for the bottom of our tins. So we're just going to get the bottom of our tins, just the one will be enough. And take our parchment, lay it out, and we're going to draw a big circle around our parchment paper. 2, you need 2, so let's do 2. Okay. And then we're going to take the scissors and we're going to cut these big circles out. Okay, so you've got your 2 rounds of parchment paper, and now we're going to put our pans together. These are spring form, which just means they've got that bit on it. But you don't have to have that. Okay, so they're all together. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our very clean hands that we just washed and we're going to pop it into our sunflower oil, and we're just going to take a bit and drizzle it over, and we're just going to wipe it over all of the pan. Bottom of it, get all the sides like that, and then we're going to do the same with the other one. Find what side you drew on, and that bit goes down so it's not touching your cake. See it goes sticking down? Okay, and we're going to get our flour, which is over here, and we're going to dust the edges. So the tins are now dusted with flour, so we're going to put them to the side. We're going to get our bowl of flour, and we're going to add our sugar, and we're going to add our baking powder and our salt, and we're going to grab the whisk, and we're just going to whisk this all together. Okay, so we've used the whisk so we don't have to sieve any of the dry mixture, just because it's easier and you don't have to clean a sieve, which is annoying. So put our whisk to the side, and we're just gonna dump all of our wet ingredients in here. So I'm gonna start with the vanilla. I'm gonna pop the oil in. We're going to go in with the milk. And then we're going to take our big metal spoon and we're going to mix it all together. Okay, so you want the batter to be quite lumpy. You don't want it to be very smooth, so that's about perfect to me. So this is the quick part. Give it a quick couple of taps on the surface, because you're stopping all the raisin agents from working too quickly before it gets in the oven. Bring over your pans, and the easiest way Auntie Paige divides the batter is I just go a spoon spoon. And I keep going back and forth doing that until it's equal. Okay, so we've got some batter left in the bowl, so we're just gonna get the spatula and scrape it all off. Don't want any of that wasted, so get it all scraped off and scraped into your cake tins. Okay, so make sure your cake batter looks quite even, give it a sugar, give it a quick bash, and then we're going in the oven. We preheat the oven to 180 degrees, so let's go. And we're going to put that in for 18 to 20 minutes. Okay, so we've made a lot of mess, so we have to clean it up. Second most important thing of baking, so let's get going. Okay, so that's the cake finished. It took maybe about 30 minutes rather than 20. So here we go. You want the cakes to just to bounce back, and if you need to, get a wee knife and stick it in. See any of these cracks here? Stick it in there because you don't want to damage your cake anymore. You want it to come out clean, and there we go. And you have to leave them to completely cool. Keep them in the tins to cool down, and then we'll transfer them to a wire rack, and then we'll start decorating. Now our cakes are nice and cooled, and we're going to take a knife and we're going to go around the edges just to release it a little bit more from the pan, and then we're going to take our pans off. Ooh, nice cake. And I've just got one of these guys, so I'm going to pop it over and flip it. Take off the potting pan, and then just take off the parchment paper underneath, and then we're going to get a plate and pop that on top. Flip it over again, and it's on the plate. We're going to do that with the other one as well. Okay, so we've got some jam and we've got some double whipped cream. So to whip this, you just put some in a bowl and then whisk it a lot, like for 5 minutes with a whisk. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to put our jam on. And you just need a spoon, you don't need anything too complicated. And just smoosh that around the bottom layer. Don't get too close to the edges, otherwise it'll start dripping over the sides. Swoosh around as well. And again, don't go too close to the edges, otherwise it'll dump out the top. Our top layer, so just be careful. Slide your hand underneath it and bring it around. And you can decorate it however you want. You can put some sprinkles on the top, icing sugar. And there you go! We've got Annie's Victorian cake, and it's gonna be delicious.